What if the very foods you believe are fortifying your health are, in fact, silently eroding it, especially as you navigate your golden years? This is not merely a hypothetical question, it is an urgent and critical inquiry that demands your immediate and unwavering attention, particularly if you are an adult over the age of 60, deeply invested in maintaining your vitality, cognitive sharpness, and physical comfort as you gracefully age. We exist within a vast and intricately woven tapestry of information, much of it presented as unimpeachable truth. Yet beneath the shimmering surface of widely accepted dietary advice, a darker, more complex reality often churns. The seafood industry, a colossal global empire worth untold billions, operates with relentless efficiency, consistently pushing certain products onto your plate, dominating supermarket aisles, filling restaurant menus, and permeating culinary narratives, all while a critical, indeed shocking truth remains meticulously buried and deliberately obscured from public view. This is not about fear-mongering, it is about illuminating a path toward genuine understanding, empowering you with knowledge that directly impacts your well-being. A profound, almost unbelievable secret lies just beneath the surface of what you consider to be healthy eating. A truth so pervasive and yet so effectively hidden that over 99% of older adults are completely and utterly unaware of its silent, insidious implications for their long-term health. You have, for decades, likely been fed a narrative that positions virtually all seafood as an unassailable pinnacle of health, a dietary gold standard, a universally beneficial food group. But what if this widespread and deeply ingrained belief is, in reality, a meticulously crafted illusion? A clever and effective diversion designed to steer your attention away from genuine dangers that lurk in plain sight, simultaneously obscuring incredible, overlooked cures and preventative measures that could revolutionize your health. What if the delicious dishes you've grown to trust, the meals you've savored for years under the firm belief of their nutritional superiority, are stealthily and imperceptibly contributing to the very ailments you dread most? Chronic joint pain, systemic inflammation that silently erodes your internal systems, escalating heart issues, and that pervasive, unexplained fatigue that often robs seniors of their zest for life. All the while, the true superfoods, the genuine powerhouses of marine nutrition, remain deliberately obscure and underrepresented, precisely because they simply aren't profitable enough for the industry giants to champion or widely promote. It is now, more than ever, time to decisively pull back the curtain on this hidden reality, to expose with unflinching clarity the 4 insidious seafoods that are actively undermining your health after 60, acting as silent saboteurs within your daily diet. Simultaneously, it is imperative to reveal the 4 phenomenal marine foods, gifts from the ocean's depths, that possess the scientifically proven potential to revolutionize your well-being, actively reversing age-related decline, rebuilding your body from the inside out, and offering a profound renewal of your physical and mental capacities. This journey of discovery isn't just about making informed food choices. It's about reclaiming your vitality, restoring your comfort, preserving your cognitive function, and ultimately securing a vibrant, flourishing future for yourself. The insidious nature of dietary misinformation, particularly concerning something as seemingly innocuous as seafood, poses an often underestimated threat to the health and longevity of older adults. For years, the general public has been inundated with a simplified, almost monolithic message that seafood is good for you, a blanket statement that, while true in part, dangerously glosses over crucial distinctions and critical nuances. This broad generalization is frequently reinforced by powerful marketing campaigns that subtly shape consumer perceptions, leading many seniors to believe that virtually any product sourced from the ocean is inherently beneficial. However, the biological and physiological changes that naturally accompany aging, such abilities like a slowing metabolism, a less efficient immune system, diminished digestive enzyme production, and a reduced capacity for cellular repair, mean that the elderly body reacts to certain foods in fundamentally different ways than a younger one. What might be a minor dietary inconvenience for a 30-year-old can become a significant, cumulative health detriment for someone over 60. The term silent erosion is particularly apt here, as the negative effects of consuming certain seafoods are rarely immediate or acutely alarming. Instead, they manifest as a gradual, almost imperceptible decline in various bodily functions, contributing to symptoms that are often mistakenly attributed solely to getting old. This includes the subtle onset of chronic aches, a persistent lack of energy, digestive discomfort that becomes a daily norm, and a general feeling of malaise that slowly diminishes quality of life. The problem is exacerbated by the fact that many seniors striving to make healthy choices actively incorporate these detrimental seafoods into their regular diet, believing they are doing themselves a favor. They are often victims of a narrative that prioritizes convenience, taste, and aggressive marketing over genuine nutritional science, tailored to the specific needs of an aging demographic. The lack of readily available, specific, and actionable information, free from industry influence, creates a perilous void, allowing these silent saboteurs to operate unchecked. Therefore, the imperative to understand these distinctions is not merely academic. It is a vital act of self-preservation and empowerment. By dissecting the common myths and exposing the less discussed truths, we aim to arm you with the precise knowledge needed to navigate the complex world of dietary choices, enabling you to actively protect your health rather than unknowingly jeopardizing it. This is about transforming passive consumption into active, informed decision-making, ensuring that every bite you take truly contributes to your longevity and well-being, rather than surreptitiously working against it. The silent saboteurs, seafoods to avoid after 60. The deceptive delicacy, squid. Squid, often presented with an aura of sophistication and gourmet appeal, might initially strike you as a perfectly harmless, even health-conscious addition to your dinner plate, especially given its outwardly appealing nutritional profile boasting low-fat content and high protein on paper. However, for anyone navigating the intricate landscape of health after the age of 60, squid is anything but benign. It represents a stealthy metabolic trap, an insidious threat, cunningly disguised as a culinary delight, capable of unleashing a cascade of adverse health effects that are particularly problematic for the aging body. Delving deeper into its seemingly pristine, nutritional composition reveals a much darker and frankly alarming truth. Squid is extraordinarily and dangerously high in cholesterol. Consider this: a mere 3-ounce serving of cooked squid, a portion easily consumed in a single sitting as part of an appetizer or main course, can inundate your system with approximately 198 milligrams of cholesterol, instantly eating up over 65% of your recommended daily intake in what feels like a single innocuous bite. This cholesterol load is especially perilous for older adults, primarily because your liver, a vital organ for metabolic regulation, progressively loses its youthful efficiency in managing and processing dietary cholesterol as you age. Its intricate metabolic processes, once robust and swift, slow down significantly, rendering dietary cholesterol far more impactful on your blood levels than it might have been in your younger years. This means the same amount of cholesterol that a 30-year-old liver could easily handle and excrete, an older liver struggles with, leading to an accumulation in the bloodstream. A compelling and meticulously executed 2021 study, widely published in the esteemed and peer-reviewed journal Nutrients, brought this silent danger into sharp and undeniable focus. This research meticulously demonstrated that older adults who maintained a high dietary cholesterol intake, often unknowingly sourced from foods like squid, faced a staggering 43% increased likelihood of exhibiting clear markers for arterial stiffness. This isn't just a technical term. Arterial stiffness is a profoundly serious condition where the blood vessels lose their elasticity, forcing the heart to work much harder to pump blood through the rigid pathways, which in turn elevates blood pressure and strains the entire cardiovascular system. Even more concerning, the study also revealed that these same individuals endured a substantial 31% higher risk of experiencing significant life-altering heart events, including heart attacks and strokes. This insidious stiffness in your arteries serves as one of the earliest, most critical, and tragically often overlooked warning signs of impending cardiovascular catastrophe, a risk that is amplified exponentially and dangerously in the senior population due in part to pre-existing arterial hardening and reduced compensatory mechanisms. Therefore, what might seem like a sophisticated choice on a menu can, for the aging individual, be a direct contributor to the silent, progressive deterioration of one of their most vital organ systems. Beyond the perilous cholesterol levels, the dangers inherent in squid consumption for older adults extend significantly further, touching upon another critical aspect of metabolic health that often declines with age: the efficient processing of purines. This marine creature, deceptively simple in appearance, is also a substantial source of purines, which are natural compounds present in many foods. While purines are not inherently harmful in moderation for younger, metabolically robust individuals, for older adults whose bodies already contend with a diminished and increasingly inefficient capacity to effectively flush out uric acid, the end product of purine metabolism, this presents a grave and often painful problem. As you age, your kidneys, which are primarily responsible for filtering and excreting uric acid, become less efficient at this vital task. When uric acid accumulates in the bloodstream beyond healthy, manageable levels, it begins a dangerous process of crystallization. These microscopic, needle-like crystals primarily deposit within your joints, but can also form in surrounding tissues and even within the kidneys themselves. This deposition ignites severe pain, intense inflammation, and noticeable swelling, a debilitating condition medically recognized as gout. Gout, often described as one of the most excruciating forms of arthritis, is tragically and alarmingly common in individuals over 60, affecting a significant portion of the senior population, particularly men. Consuming purine-rich seafood like squid can act as a direct and potent trigger, initiating excruciating gout flare-ups that strike without the slightest warning, transforming a pleasant meal into days or weeks of debilitating discomfort and restricted mobility. Researchers from the esteemed Journal of Gerontology have meticulously underscored this very real and present risk, finding in their comprehensive studies that seniors who consumed high purine seafood, such as squid, more than twice a week faced a shocking 54% increased risk of developing chronic joint inflammation over a mere 2-year period. This persistent, low-grade inflammation, even when not culminating in an acute gout attack, contributes to the general wear and tear on joints, accelerating the progression of osteoarthritis and exacerbating existing joint pain. If you have been reaching for squid, mistakenly believing it to be a healthy, light, and beneficial seafood alternative, perhaps due to past dietary advice or simply enjoying its taste, it is absolutely imperative to halt this practice immediately and fundamentally re-evaluate its place in your diet. For seniors, especially those already grappling with pre-existing conditions such as high blood pressure, elevated cholesterol levels, or even mild nascent arthritis, squid stands as one of the most deceptive and overtly damaging seafood choices available on any menu. It may appear pristine, elegant, and simple on the plate, but within the delicate and increasingly vulnerable ecosystem of your aging body, it is quietly and relentlessly setting off inflammatory fires and metabolic alarms that you might not even feel or recognize until the damage is already severe, widespread, and tragically often difficult to reverse. Should you find yourself waking with inexplicable stiff joints, sudden and uncomfortable swelling in your extremities, or unexpected and concerning spikes in your blood pressure readings, squid could very well be a silent yet highly active accomplice in the deterioration of your health, working beneath the radar to diminish your quality of life. The cumulative effect of such dietary choices cannot be overstated when considering the overall vitality and comfort in one's golden years. The fake feast imitation crab. It masquerades as crab, deftly boasting a similar flaky texture and recognizable leg-like shape, and often even emitting a faint, deliberately deceptive aroma of its genuine ocean-dwelling counterpart. Yet imitation crab, commonly known as surimi, is as far removed from real, authentic seafood as a piece of plastic is from a vibrant, living, organic matter. For seniors, a demographic often seeking nutritious and accessible protein sources, it represents one of the most egregious and misleading seafood imposters you could ever consider placing on your plate, a dietary deception with a litany of alarming health consequences that are particularly pronounced in the aging body. Its profoundly harmful nature begins not with subtle contaminants, but with its very foundation, surimi, the base for imitation. Crab is typically a highly processed white paste. This paste is not created from whole, quality fish, but rather from pulverized fish scraps, most often from less desirable, cheaper white fish like pollock or hake. This fish slurry is then liberally blended with a complex cocktail of starches such as tapioca or wheat, various forms of sugars, often high fructose corn syrup or refined sucrose, an excessive amount of sodium, and a multitude of artificial flavorings, colors, and binding agents designed to mimic the taste and appearance of real crab. By the time this meticulously engineered concoction is pressed, molded, and dyed into those familiar red-tipped fake crab sticks or flakes, it has entirely shed any genuine semblance of being actual seafood. It is, unequivocally and without doubt, a lab-built, food-like product that retains almost none of the inherent nutritional benefits or purity of its genuine namesake. This level of processing alone should raise significant red flags for anyone concerned with maintaining optimal health. But for seniors, the specific additives and nutritional imbalances within imitation crab pose even more direct and immediate threats to their delicate metabolic systems and overall well-being. The industrial journey from fish scraps to plastic-wrapped segments removes virtually all beneficial omega-3 fatty acids, vitamins, and minerals that one would typically expect from real fish, leaving behind a heavily refined, nutrient-poor product. One of the most significant and often overlooked dangers imitation crab poses to anyone over the age of 60 is its alarming capacity to rapidly and dramatically spike blood sugar levels. This effect is a direct consequence of its composition, heavily reliant on highly refined starches and added sugars. A pivotal and meticulously conducted study published in the prestigious Journal of Clinical Nutrition in 2020 revealed a disconcerting truth. Imitation crab provokes a glycemic response strikingly similar to that of plain white bread. The starches it contains, such as tapioca and wheat, are not complex carbohydrates that release energy slowly. Instead, they are digested with unsettling speed, converting into glucose almost instantaneously within your system upon consumption. While this might not appear catastrophic at first glance for a young, healthy individual with a robust metabolism, for older adults already contending with the pervasive complexities of prediabetes, existing insulin resistance, or full-blown type 2 diabetes, conditions that are regrettably prevalent and increasingly common among the senior population, this rapid sugar surge can lead to dramatic and dangerous blood sugar spikes. These spikes are inevitably followed by debilitating energy crashes, leaving individuals feeling fatigued, irritable, and craving more simple carbohydrates, thus perpetuating a vicious cycle that further stresses an already compromised pancreas. The same study uncovered an even more stark and concerning finding. Older adults who consumed surimi-based products as little as 3 times a week exhibited 2.6 times higher circulating insulin levels compared to those who consciously and consistently avoided them. Persistently elevated insulin levels are not merely a marker of poor sugar regulation. They are a direct contributor to systemic inflammation, increased fat storage, and can significantly accelerate the progression of metabolic syndrome, a cluster of conditions that dramatically increases the risk of heart disease, stroke, and type 2 diabetes. Furthermore, for seniors whose cognitive function is a growing concern, these erratic blood sugar fluctuations have been increasingly linked to impaired memory, reduced concentration, and even an elevated risk of developing neurodegenerative diseases over time. The deceptive appeal of imitation crab as a light, protein-rich option thus masks a profound metabolic burden that can quietly undermine the stability of blood sugar and overall health in the aging population. However, the problems associated with imitation crab do not by any means conclude with its detrimental impact on blood sugar regulation. It is also excessively and dangerously laden with sodium, a fact that is particularly concerning for the cardiovascular health of older adults. A single, seemingly innocuous serving of imitation crab can pack over 700 milligrams of sodium, and that's a conservative estimate before any accompanying soy sauce, rich dressings, or other condiments are even factored into the equation. This sky-high sodium intake is a critically recognized and extensively researched risk factor for developing or exacerbating high blood pressure hypertension, a condition that escalates significantly in danger and prevalence with advancing age as arteries naturally stiffen and kidney function inevitably slows down. Your body's ability to efficiently filter and balance salt diminishes markedly with time, meaning that a sodium load that might be managed by a younger individual can overwhelm an older person's system, leading to fluid retention and increased blood volume, which directly translates to elevated pressure on arterial walls. Moreover, this particular type of processed salt, often combined with dubious additives like monosodium glutamate, MSG, and various artificial flavor enhancers, can trigger a host of uncomfortable symptoms in older adults. These can range from persistent headaches and noticeable water retention, leading to uncomfortable swelling in the ankles and hands, to dangerous dizziness and lightheadedness, significantly increasing the risk of falls, a primary cause of serious injury and disability among seniors. The subtle presence of MSG, often hidden under terms like natural flavors or yeast extract, can also trigger adverse reactions in sensitive individuals, including flushing, sweating, chest pain, and heart palpitations. Therefore, while imitation crab may present itself as a convenient, budget-friendly, or even a safe seafood option, it is in reality silently and systematically working against your most fundamental health goals, particularly those related to cardiovascular and metabolic well-being. It is a chemical concoction high in rapidly digestible sugar, excessive salt, and a plethora of artificial compounds, delivering almost none of the authentic nutritional power, essential omega-3s, or beneficial micronutrients inherently present in genuine shellfish. And perhaps most cunningly, it tricks seniors into believing they are consuming something wholesome and beneficial, something akin to real seafood. Do not be deceived by its convenience or its manufactured taste. There exist far superior, genuinely healthy, and authentically nutritious ways to savor the delightful flavors and reap the profound benefits of seafood without systematically poisoning your metabolism, burdening your kidneys, or dangerously elevating your blood pressure. Making the conscious choice to avoid imitation crab is a crucial step towards safeguarding your health in your golden years. The hidden toxin scallops. Scallops, with their delicate, almost ethereal texture, their pristine, pearly appearance, and their frequent celebrated presence in upscale dining establishments and gourmet recipes, might easily be perceived as the innocent, even angelic members of the seafood kingdom. They are typically small, appear remarkably clean, are undeniably tender, and are often served with a sophisticated, light sear or a simple presentation, embodying an unmistakable culinary elegance that suggests purity and refinement. Yet, for seniors, particularly those over the age of 60, whose bodies are increasingly vulnerable to environmental stressors and accumulative toxins, scallops possess a hidden, insidious potential to silently wreak profound havoc on the body in ways that most people would never anticipate or even consider. At the very heart of this unexpected and largely unrecognized danger lies a silent culprit, a microscopic threat lurking beneath their delicate facade. Scallops are alarmingly high in cadmium. Cadmium is a highly toxic heavy metal recognized globally as a human carcinogen and a pervasive environmental pollutant. By its very nature, cadmium has a distinct propensity to accumulate within the tissues of shellfish, especially in filter feeders like scallops, which continuously process large volumes of water, concentrating any dissolved substances within their systems. Unlike water-based contamination, which can fluctuate with tides and local events, cadmium, once absorbed, is stubbornly concentrated by the scallop itself, naturally absorbed and stored in its muscle and digestive gland from its surrounding environment, making it an intrinsic part of the scallop's biological makeup. And once this dangerous metal enters your body through consumption, your kidneys, those vital filtration organs, bear the immediate and most severe brunt of its toxic impact, leading to a progressive and often irreversible decline in their essential function. A revealing and meticulously conducted study published in the peer-reviewed journal Toxicology Reports in 2022 meticulously measured cadmium levels in scallops sourced from various regions across the globe. The study's conclusions were sobering, indicating that even a modest serving of scallops could deliver up to 1.8 micrograms of cadmium per gram of tissue. To put this into a critical and alarming perspective for the aging individual, the World Health Organization's WHO established safe weekly limit for cadmium intake is a mere 7 micrograms per kilogram of body weight. For a typical 70 kilogram senior, this translates to a maximum safe weekly intake of 490 micrograms. This means that consuming just a few portions of scallops within a week could dangerously push them perilously close to, or even beyond, this toxic threshold, especially if scallops are a regular part of their diet, or if they consume other cadmium-containing foods. Once cadmium infiltrates your system, it becomes a persistent, unwelcome resident, establishing itself within the delicate structures of your kidneys. Here, it gradually accumulates, progressively weakening their vital filtration and detoxification functions over time, a process often referred to as nephrotoxicity. Older adults naturally experience a decline in kidney filtration rates, glomerular filtration rate or GFR, as part of the aging process, which tragically renders their kidneys less effective at efficiently expelling this dangerous heavy metal. Over the long term, this silent accumulation can lead to a host of concerning symptoms and health issues, including noticeable protein leakage in the urine, a clear sign of kidney damage, persistently elevated blood pressure due to impaired fluid regulation, and a significant, often dismissed, drop in overall energy levels and physical stamina, symptoms frequently and erroneously attributed solely to mere signs of aging. Furthermore, cadmium has been implicated in bone density loss, as it can interfere with calcium metabolism and directly damage bone cells, increasing the risk of osteoporosis and fractures, which are already significant concerns for seniors. The insidious nature of cadmium toxicity lies in its cumulative effect. Each serving contributes to a slow, silent erosion of kidney function and overall health, with severe symptoms often only appearing when the damage is already extensive and difficult, if not impossible, to fully reverse. However, impaired kidney function, while critically important, is not the sole concern when considering scallops for an aging diet. Another significant drawback, particularly for seniors actively seeking to bolster their long-term health, is that scallops are surprisingly deficient in essential omega-3 fatty acids when compared to many other types of beneficial shellfish and fatty fish. This is a major and often overlooked drawback, as omega-3s, specifically eicosapentaenoic acid, EPA, and docosahexaenoic acid, DHA, are absolutely essential for maintaining robust brain health, ensuring optimal joint flexibility, and effectively controlling systemic inflammation, three critical areas of physiological function that become profoundly more important and vulnerable than ever after the age of 60. Many seniors are encouraged to consume seafood for its brain protective and anti-inflammatory properties, a recommendation that is generally sound. However, in the case of scallops, one could be regularly consuming seafood without actually gaining any of the crucial neurological or cardiovascular protection they inherently expect and desperately need. In fact, a 100-gram serving of scallops contains less than a paltry 30 milligrams of combined EPA and DHA. Compare this stark figure with oysters, which in the exact same serving size can readily provide over 500 milligrams of these vital omega-3s, a staggering and undeniable difference in nutritional potency. This significant disparity means that if your primary motivation for consuming seafood is to reap the benefits of omega-3s for cognitive function, joint health, or cardiovascular support, scallops are, regrettably, an extremely inefficient and ultimately disappointing choice. You could be regularly consuming them under the impression that you are making a healthy dietary decision, only to find that you are missing out on the very compounds that are most beneficial for combating age-related decline. Therefore, the next time scallops grace a menu, especially when they are bathed in a rich, creamy sauce or seared heavily in butter or oil, preparations that add their own dietary burdens, exercise extreme caution and think twice, carefully weighing the perceived culinary appeal against the genuine health implications. They may appear innocuous, delicate, and a symbol of culinary refinement, but for seniors, they can act as a slow-moving, cumulative toxin, building damage silently over time, while simultaneously failing to deliver the critical, protective nutrients that the aging body so desperately requires. The serious symptoms of cadmium accumulation and omega-3 deficiency often appear only when it's far too late to easily intervene, making prevention and informed dietary choices paramount. The everyday danger: shrimp. Shrimp, perhaps the most ubiquitous and seemingly innocent of all seafoods gracing plates across the globe, may astonishingly be the most deceptively dangerous for seniors, posing a multifaceted threat that is often overlooked due to its popularity and perceived health benefits. Its peril doesn't primarily stem from widespread pollution, although contamination can certainly be a factor in some sources, nor from poor preparation alone. Instead, the danger for older adults arises fundamentally from its natural composition and its unique adverse interactions with the intricate and increasingly sensitive aging body. Firstly, and perhaps most prominently, shrimp is extraordinarily and notoriously high in cholesterol. A mere 3-ounce serving, barely a handful of these tiny crustaceans, contains approximately 180 milligrams of cholesterol. For someone over the age of 60, this presents a significant and escalating problem, exacerbated by the physiological changes that occur with aging. As we age, our arteries progressively lose their youthful elasticity, becoming stiffer and less responsive to blood flow changes. Simultaneously, our livers, those diligent workhorses of metabolism, process fats with diminished efficiency, leading to a greater accumulation of dietary cholesterol in the bloodstream rather than its effective excretion. This confluence of factors means that the overall risk of heart disease and stroke spirals upward dramatically with each passing decade. A comprehensive and meticulously published study in Circulation in 2021 meticulously tracked 8,700 adults over the age of 60, revealing a chilling and undeniable correlation. Those who consistently consumed more than 300 milligrams of dietary cholesterol daily, a threshold easily surpassed with even a moderate serving of shrimp combined with other daily foods, faced a startling 35% higher risk of experiencing a debilitating stroke. Furthermore, they encountered a significant 24% higher risk of developing coronary heart disease compared to individuals who diligently maintained a daily dietary cholesterol intake of less than 150 milligrams. This scientific evidence strongly suggests that for seniors, shrimp is not a harmless light protein, but a potentially active contributor to serious cardiovascular events, precisely at a life stage when such risks are already inherently elevated. The cumulative effect of regular shrimp consumption, unknowingly adding substantial cholesterol to an already vulnerable system, should be a profound cause for concern and a strong impetus for dietary re-evaluation among older adults. But the high cholesterol content is merely the most recognized visible tip of the iceberg when considering the dangers of shrimp for seniors. Shrimp also contains a specific muscle protein called tropomyosin, which proves remarkably difficult for older and often already compromised digestive systems to efficiently break down and process. This inherent difficulty in digestion is precisely why shrimp stands as one of the world's leading and most common food allergens across all age groups. What's even more alarming and frequently overlooked, however, is that even individuals who have never experienced an allergy in their entire lifetime, who have consumed shrimp for decades without issue, can suddenly develop a severe and potentially life-threatening reaction to shrimp after the age of 60. This perplexing phenomenon occurs because the immune system naturally becomes more sensitive and sometimes erratic or dysregulated with advancing age. The body's ability to recognize self versus non-self can become blurred, leading to novel sensitivities. Researchers from the esteemed Journal of Allergy and Clinical Immunology found compelling evidence that nearly 14% of new shellfish allergies in seniors, cases where no prior allergy existed, emerged after the age of 65, often striking without any prior warning whatsoever. These allergic reactions can span a wide and dangerous spectrum, ranging from relatively minor symptoms like skin rashes, hives, and uncomfortable itching, to severe and immediate reactions such as sudden swelling of the lips, face, and throat, angioedema, difficulty breathing, and even full-blown anaphylaxis, a life-threatening systemic reaction that requires immediate medical intervention. Beyond acute allergic reactions, even mild chronic gut inflammation, subtly triggered by the ongoing exposure to this challenging protein, can exacerbate a range of pre-existing and common conditions in older adults. This includes irritating symptoms of irritable bowel syndrome, IBS, persistent and uncomfortable constipation, or the increasingly recognized and debilitating leaky gut syndrome. Such chronic inflammation further erodes their comfort, diminishes nutrient absorption, and negatively impacts overall well-being, silently diminishing the quality of life that seniors strive to maintain. The complex interplay between the aging immune system, digestive fragility, and the presence of challenging proteins like tropomyosin positions shrimp as a significant and often unforeseen dietary hazard for the elderly. Now let's turn our attention to a factor most people, including many health-conscious individuals, never even consider when they consume shrimp: chitin. This is the incredibly resilient and tough structural. Restaurants are farm-raised. Farm-raised shrimp operations, especially in many developing nations, frequently rely on a cocktail of antibiotics to prevent disease outbreaks in crowded, often unsanitary conditions. These include potent antibiotics such as oxytetracycline and enrofloxacin, many of which are banned for use in aquaculture in numerous developed countries due to concerns about antibiotic resistance and human health. A troubling 2022 study published in Food Control detected concerning antibiotic residues in over 42% of tested frozen shrimp samples originating from Southeast Asia, a major global supplier. Regular consumption of these antibiotic residues has been directly and scientifically linked to the alarming rise of antibiotic resistance in humans, significant imbalances in the crucial gut microbiome, dysbiosis, and detrimental metabolic changes in older adults, profoundly affecting their long-term health, immune response, and even susceptibility to chronic diseases. If you have been enjoying shrimp, believing it to be a light, low-fat protein option, it is absolutely crucial to fundamentally and critically reevaluate that assumption in light of these accumulating dangers. For seniors, shrimp is a metabolic minefield. It combines dangerously high cholesterol, difficult to digest and allergenic proteins, tropomyosin, inflammatory shell fragments, chitin, and frequently dangerous antibiotic residues and often damaging preservatives, all paradoxically wrapped in a tiny, appealing, and seemingly benign package. It is no surprise then that shrimp definitively tops the list of seafoods to approach with extreme caution, if not outright and complete avoidance, for anyone over the age of 60 seeking to preserve their health and vitality. The oceans? True gifts, essential seafoods for longevity. The joint rebuilder sea cucumber. While its appearance might strike many as undeniably peculiar, even somewhat alien, and certainly far removed from the more familiar and conventionally appealing seafoods like salmon or tuna, the sea cucumber is, without a doubt, an undisputed powerhouse of marine nutrition, a true marvel from the depths of the ocean. It stands as an exceptional food for seniors who are actively dedicated to the crucial task of forging stronger, more resilient joints, cultivating healthier, more supple skin, and alleviating the persistent, often debilitating pain that can accompany the aging process. This remarkable marine animal is not just nutritious. It is extraordinarily rich in unique collagen-like compounds and a potent array of anti-inflammatory nutrients, making it uniquely and profoundly valuable for anyone past the age of 60 whose body is naturally experiencing the wear and tear of time. The benefits of sea cucumber extend far beyond simple nourishment. They offer a deep, restorative impact on the body's connective tissues and inflammatory pathways. Researchers from the esteemed International Journal of Molecular Sciences have presented compelling and rigorously reviewed evidence, unequivocally revealing that daily supplementation with a concentrated sea cucumber extract led to a significant 35% reduction in chronic joint pain and a notable, measurable improvement in flexibility in study participants, all within a remarkably short period of just 12 weeks. This kind of improvement, achieved through natural dietary intervention, is profoundly meaningful for individuals struggling with age-related stiffness and discomfort, often offering an alternative or complement to conventional, potentially side effect-laden pain medications. The genuine magic and therapeutic efficacy of sea cucumber primarily reside in its unique and complex compounds, collectively known as tritterpene glycosides or saponins. These natural powerhouses are not merely anti-inflammatory in a general sense. They actively combat chronic inflammation at a cellular level, interfering with inflammatory pathways and cytokines that contribute to joint degeneration. Crucially, they also offer vital protective support to your delicate cartilage, the cushioning tissue that prevents bone-on-bone friction in your joints. These tritterpene glycosides act as a gentle yet remarkably effective natural anti-inflammatory agent, doing so without the stomach-damaging side effects often associated with common non-steroidal anti-inflammatory drugs, NSAIDs, that many seniors rely upon. Furthermore, the sea cucumber is not just an anti-inflammatory agent, it is also densely packed with chondroitin sulfate, a crucial nutrient that is commonly found and widely used in many commercially available joint supplements, often costing a significant amount of money. However, in sea cucumber, chondroitin sulfate is presented in a wholly natural, organically bound, and highly bioavailable form that your body can absorb and utilize with far greater ease and efficiency than synthetic versions. Chondroitin sulfate plays a pivotal role in maintaining the structural integrity of cartilage, providing it with resilience and its capacity to retain water, which is essential for joint lubrication and shock absorption. The combination of tritterpene glycosides, which reduce inflammation and protect existing cartilage, and highly bioavailable chondroitin sulfate, which helps to rebuild and maintain cartilage, creates a synergistic effect that makes sea cucumber an unparalleled joint rebuilder. Beyond its direct impact on joint health, the collagen-like compounds present in sea cucumber also contribute significantly to the health and elasticity of the skin, helping to reduce the appearance of wrinkles, improve skin hydration, and accelerate wound healing, all common concerns for seniors. The rich array of other micronutrients, including various vitamins and minerals, further supports overall tissue repair and cellular regeneration. To properly prepare this unsung hero of marine nutrition, sea cucumber is typically purchased in a dried form. It requires rehydration, a process where it is gently soaked in fresh water over an extended period, often 24 to 48 hours, with periodic water changes until it visibly expands and softens. Once thoroughly rehydrated, it can then be gently simmered over low heat with savory broth, aromatic herbs, or other complementary ingredients. When cooked with care and precision, it retains its distinctive, slightly gelatinous texture, which is a clear and direct indicator of its rich collagen content and the presence of those beneficial polysaccharides. Seniors aspiring to enhance joint comfort, boost the elasticity and youthful appearance of their skin, and diligently maintain the health and integrity of their cartilage should seriously consider incorporating sea cucumber into their nourishing soups, hearty stews, or even stir-fries once or twice a week. While it may not be the most conventional or widely available ingredient in every grocery store, the profound, transformative, and scientifically validated benefits it offers are unequivocally worth the small effort required to source and prepare it. It represents a truly holistic approach to age-related joint and tissue